Hey everybody, welcome back to Eat and Talk. You guys, it has been an amazing season, an amazing journey. This is probably by far been one of my favorite years. And we are going to be ending it with a beautiful, and when I say beautiful, I mean inside and out guest today. We have Miss Minnesota, USA, Mona. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
You
And
got-
congratulations on wrapping up another season.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So, you guys, I'm a huge fan of Mona, and I've been following her journey for many years, and she's just such an admirable person. So, you guys are going to hear firsthand and get, the real Mona today.
Yes.
So, but before we get into that, y'all, I'm so excited because
I'm nervous.
Tell me, she's nervous. Tell me why Miss Mona over here has never had boba. Like,
My first boba drink.
this is her first
What
boba
is this?
drink.
Vanilla chai milk
This is vanilla
tea?
chai from Nico.
Oh.
Okay, we're gonna try
I'm
it.
nervous.
Don't be nervous. She was like,
I think I'm
scared.
intimidated by the bubbles.
A lot of people are.
Okay.
But it's okay. Just take a small sip.
Do you bite it? Or?
You chew it and you swallow it. Yeah.
I just need to know.
Yeah. You chew it and you swallow it.
Should we
Same
do-
time. Let's go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Bismillah.
Wait.
Is it stuck?
Oh my God. It's chewy.
It is chewy.
I didn't know. That's not what I was expecting. But it's good.
It's good. You probably were expecting it to burst because the iced teas, the juices have a popping boba, and those are the ones that burst. This
Okay,
is a
this is good.
tapioca.
I really like this.
Okay, you guys, Miss Minnesota
Oh my
USA
God.
stamp.
My first.
Wow, I feel honored.
This
That's
is
my
gonna
love
be done
language.
in the next 5 minutes.
Okay, I'm excited. I love it. Okay, so
Oh my
let's
God,
get in.
Thank you for introducing me to that.
Of course, I'm super excited. Let's get into it. First and foremost, mashallah, you look gorgeous.
Thank you, sis.
Thank
Same
you.
to you always.
Thank
you.
you.
Always eat.
I came in here you guys jumping around I'm a mess today. But let's jump into it. Let's talk about your journey. So of course you're Miss Minnesota USA. And for those of you who don't know, that is a pageantry nationwide, and you are the person representing our beautiful state of Minnesota.
Yes, for sure.
So walk us through it. How did you get into this? How did we end up here?
So I am so proud to be able to say that I'm the first Somali Miss Minnesota USA.
Yay.
And I'm the first Black woman in over 15 years to have won this title. And I'm really proud of that because we have such a large population of Somali people here in Minnesota. And I do feel like we're underrepresented in a lot of different ways. So it's a beautiful thing to be able to represent for our community, our culture, for people to see what being a Somali woman is all about. And it's honestly an honor. I'm doing the best that I can to shine us in the best light and do these different activities and always incorporate being Somali in it somehow, some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I mean, and you represent it beautifully because first of all, you have all of our gorgeous Somali features, skin
forehead.
glowing, hair, period. And I think honestly, it's so insane how you are also, on top of being the first Somali Miss Minnesota, also the first Black Miss Minnesota USA in 15 years.
Yes.
And I mean, I feel like we have a good population of not only East African women, but of also gorgeous Black women.
Yeah.
Why do you think it is that it's just been so long? Are we underrepresented?
I do believe we are underrepresented. I also believe there's just not enough. We don't speak about pageantry enough. I think a lot of people are just not educated on pageantry. A lot of things have changed recently in the pageant system, which is really interesting. Now in the Miss USA organization, there's not an age limit anymore. Before it used to be you have to be 28 years old or under. You cannot be married. You cannot have children. So there was all these limitations.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
And
wow.
as of last year, I want to say, or the year before, all those things have been lifted. So a lot of things have changed as far as gender. You can now compete if you are transgender, LGBTQ, whatever, and everything is open to it now. So
Okay, so
a
people have
lot
been
of
working
things
behind
have
the scenes.
changed.
Wow.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
think just that in general opens up the door for everyone to be able to feel as if they have the opportunity to do this, to know that there's people of every race, every gender, every age doing it, and makes them maybe feel a little bit more comfortable to be able to do it as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. So walk us through your journey. How did you first get into, and why did you want to be Miss Minnesota USA?
So Growing up, I don't know anybody growing up that's done pageantry. I don't have any friends, any family. But I know a lot of the girls that were competing, like their great great grandma competed in these competitions, and they were doing like toddler and tiara. Like they've been doing this forever. But I always had a passion for the glitz and the glam, and I've always been such a girly girl. And I also love being able to have a platform where I can represent for the things that are important to me, the things that are close to my heart, you know, all these organizations that I'm able to work with and the things that I'm able to like speak on now on a bigger platform, bigger stage, I think is so important. So being able to combine my two passions is probably like one of my favorite things about pageantry, and just being able to do that.
Yeah, no, and that's amazing. And you're right. I don't think, I mean, you're probably my first and only friend that's been in like pageantry. So growing
Yeah,
up, it's not something that was like normal or that was surrounded by us.
absolutely.
So what was it like first getting your foot in the door when you first, I mean, what year was it when you were like, all right, this is the year I'm going to try?
Oh, it was very scary. I remember competing my first year with Halima Aden, and we were like roommates and we were like besties, still friends till this day. And we just kind of went through that journey together. It was really nice to have a Somali sister. Because my last name's Ali and her last name is Aden, so we were just like by each other the whole time. They just had us placed by each other, and it worked out perfectly. But I was scared. There was no representation in that world. I know there were certain people that I used to look up to, like Iman or like certain models, but not necessarily in this area. So it was scary, but I kind of love scary.
I love it.
And I've always been the person in my family who's been kind of a daredevil and that wants to do different things, that wants to get out of the comfort zone. And I was able to do that with that. I'm proud of myself. I'm very proud of myself. I try to remind myself that every day because it is a big deal. And I want to continue to do things, not just within pageantry, just within everything else that I'm passionate about.
Yeah. Well, we're proud of you and thank you for being a representation for us. I know also, I mean, prior to pageantry and one of the passions you studied pre-med, and what was that like? And, you know, how did you get into choosing that pathway for your degree?
I've always found myself in the medical field. I think even when I was in high school, like I volunteered at Regents Hospital in St. Paul for like 4 years, just because like I've always loved being in the medical field. I got my bachelor's in pre-med and I wanted to essentially go to PA school, and I got accepted to a school, and then all these different things happened. I started my first business and I kind of took a step back from that. I fell in love with business and being an entrepreneur, being on my own schedule, not having to work for anyone. And I've taken so many different paths since then. But I always had a passion for the medical field, just being able to help people in different ways. Like currently, I work alongside a clinical therapist, and I love what I do. I also work in the home healthcare field. So it's just been a natural thing. It just kind of like always falls on my lap, and I love it. And I know that I'm doing something positive in the world. And my mom, you know, she wanted me to be a doctor.
Mashallah. Oh, and you listen, girl. Shout out to
Kind
you.
of, not really, but you know, she's like, "You can be a doctor." So
You made her happy.
I'm like, "This is close enough.
Yeah.
this is good enough."
I think so. I think you still made her happy. No, that's
Something.
amazing. I remember like a couple years ago, I think one of the organizations that you work with, you were in Haiti, right? At one point.
Yeah.
And I just remember like seeing all these beautiful kids just like surrounding you. And you were glowing. Like you were really happy.
That was a good time.
Can I hear a little bit about that?
Absolutely.
How was that?
Yeah. My friend actually started a nonprofit organization in Haiti where he had, I think at the time was like 16 children from the ages of 6 to 17, I believe. And, so it was called Educare Haiti. And now it's called Educare Haiti. At the time it was called DT Haiti. He changed the name, everything. But I was going out there and helping with his orphanage, where we were able to provide like clothing and food and help these kids through school. And it was honestly one of the most fulfilling things, the most amazing feelings that I've ever been able to do. I currently still now do things in that aspect a little bit different here in my community as far as what I could do here in Minnesota. But that was a nonprofit that I still work with. Been working with them since 2018. I want to continue the work that I do with them, and kind of shine light on that. I feel like people don't really understand what that's about. But
Yeah.
I currently started my own nonprofit organization where I am going to do the same thing, but here in Minnesota and hopefully essentially internationally. I would love to be able to work in
Yeah.
Somalia and do things like that. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna have an event in February, inshallah, of course. I will send you an
Yes,
invite.
you better.
And the plan is to just do some fundraising. And right now I'm collaborating. I have like 3 nonprofits in Minnesota that I'm working with, or orphanages that I'm working with, and we're going to fundraise for them, get
Okay.
clothing and food and whatever it is that they need.
Yeah.
All of them have different needs, so whatever it is that I can do, that we can do to try to help them,
Yeah,
that's the
that's
goal.
amazing. Okay, well, we'll keep an eye out for that. And we're also going to make sure that we list your social media and all your platforms so people can keep up with any news that you're going to be sharing, such as this event in February. So
You'll be there,
I will.
inshallah.
I will be there, inshallah. I'm really excited. Okay, so you mentioned you tried the entrepreneur route. Sorry, shout out to you because you went to school, you followed your dreams, you did your pageantry, but you also, amidst all of this, I know, no, go ahead. If you need me
Sipping on
if you need me to
it.
stretch the question
No,
so you
you're
can drink
good.
it more, I
I'm
got
over
you.
here sipping it every time you speak.
I love it. So you started your own business. I think actually that's like kind of how I met you. I think originally was, I think we were tabling at an event and you had, was it the seamoss?
seamoss,
Okay.
yeah.
And I remember I bought your seamoss
Yes.
jar. Life changing, by the way.
Yes.
Absolutely
We've
loved
known each
it.
other for a while.
I know.
Wow,
It's
that's
crazy. I know. Time goes by so fast.
really
So tell me about, how was your entrepreneur journey? And can you also educate us a little bit about the benefits of seamoss?
Yes. I've had many entrepreneur journeys, if I'm being completely honest. My first ever business, I had like a vending machine business and didn't go so well, but you try and you fail, trial and error. And it was fun. My mom and I did a home healthcare business, and then the seamoss business was what really was my passion, because I remember getting sick when I was younger, and my mom, all her remedies would be, here's some honey and garlic,
Somali
and
remedies.
yes, some onions.
Ginger.
Here, take this
Yeah.
instead of the medication that they would give us. So I'd always try the herbal or medicinal way, and I loved it. And I feel as if I wanted to share that with the world. I would always post my seamoss. I always had so many questions about it, and I was like, you know what? I think I need to make a business out of this. So I was like, I had a really good vendor in Jamaica. I would get the raw seamoss. I would clean it out. I would blend it up, leave it in water overnight, and then I would jar it up, label it, post it, and I had a business. And it was like one of the coolest things I ever did. I think I was really proud of myself, because seeing or imagining an idea and bringing it to life and then it actually doing well is one of the most fulfilling things ever, honestly. I'm the first in my family to ever start a business, first in my family to graduate from college, first in my family, even doing pageantry.
You're the oldest, right?
I'm the oldest.
Okay,
yeah.
I am too.
Yeah, so we have a lot of pressure on us.
Yeah.
So it's an amazing thing to just be the first to do a lot of different things and just to open that pathway. But that is business, and entrepreneurship is what really like opened my eyes to the world, and like, oh, these things are possible. I can really, do these different things. So seamoss is still a passion of mine. I want to do it on a bigger scale. I kind of put a pause on it as of, I've been so busy with other things, but my goal is one day, to get a warehouse. I need like industrial blenders and big refrigerators and hire a team. And once I'm able to do that and have a little bit more of a backing, I think it could do really well. I also want to add like more herbal medicines like burdock and bladder rye, like all more things to it, not just seamoss. So, but I don't want to just go back into it again without all the tools that I need. So once I have that foundation, you'll see me posting it again.
I love it. Well, when you're ready, you know who to hit up.
I'll be sending you a PR package.
I can't wait.
Of course, you'll be the first.
Thank you. So I have to ask you, how do you do it? Like juggling all of these things. I'm trying to like, the math is not mathing for me. I'm like, look at her. Like she did this, this, and this, and this. Like A, 2-part question. Yes. How do you do all this? How do you juggle all of it at the same time? And then B, when do you make time for yourself?
I feel like I could say the same about you. I feel like I see you always doing things. Like we see each other out and about. Like we still have fun and make time for ourselves. But what was the first question?
I love how you flipped it on me and you were like, well, I was just asking you, like, how do you do it? Like, time. No, go ahead. Like, how do you do it? How do you juggle entrepreneurship, you know, now with your schedule, like for being Miss Minnesota USA, or even back then while you were still competing, going to school, like how do you make time for yourself?
Honestly, it's so crazy because I still feel like I'm not doing enough. Like it's
you and I are the same.
Insane. Like I'm constantly waking up and thinking like, what can I do more? Like I want to do more. I need to do more. And I just know like where I want to be in life and the goals that I have for myself and the heights that I want to reach. And I know that I'm nowhere near it. I should be proud of myself, and I am, but of course there's so much more that I could be doing. But I definitely try to make time. Like I love Pilates. Like that's my
Oh, you
thing.
do, girl. First of all,
I might have to drag you to a class.
With you. I go to solid core here and there, but
it's
like
fun.
It beats my ass. I don't know about fun, but
is intense.
You make it look so flawless. I'm like,
I genuinely enjoy it.
I do love how it makes you feel. Like I mean, I know like the pain is like it hurts, but it's like I feel good.
Pilates is I'm obsessed.
How many classes have you done so far?
I think I'm at like 70.
Oh,
but
wow.
I should be past that because I've been doing way more.
Yeah.
But I want to I just got back from New York last night. When I was in New York, I found a quick Pilates class to take, went to the class, and it was supposed to be like a hard class. It was so easy.
Because once you go to solid core, everything, because I did the same thing. Like I went to like a regular Pilates class one time in Chicago, and it was so easy compared to like solid core. But solid core.
But if you start with that,
that's
true.
You
know what I mean?
That's true.
So I went to this class and everybody's sweating, and I'm like, I didn't even at that time. I think I missed like 4 days of working out. So I'm like, this is gonna be hard, and it was so easy. So Pilates is like working out in general. It's just always been something that I make a priority in my life, just because it makes me feel good inside. Yeah. And family time, you know, there's like certain things that I do that just kind of keep me centered. But I find time for myself.
You do.
You know, I love to travel. I like to go eat. I like, you know, there's things that I love to do.
I think that's most of the time we run into each other at restaurants.
Yes,
food.
I'm always eating. Yeah. But then I work out. So
you do. It's a balance. It's a balance.
Life is about balance.
It is. Yes. And you also like to cook, right? And your food looks so good. Like you use organic ingredients, and it just everything that you make just looks so fresh.
I gotta cook for you one of these
days.
I genuinely like it's my love language. Like I love to cook for the people that I love.
Yeah.
It's like as I get like I rather cook nowadays than rather go out to eat. Like I just know it's gonna hit better.
It does. And like with everything, all the stuff in our like food systems and stuff like that, you just don't even know like what you're consuming. So cooking is just,
that's true.
You can control your flavors, your seasoning, like you know what you like. So
and then like just getting ready for Miss USA in the pageant world, I got to learn how to make healthy foods, make it fun.
Yeah.
So that's been a challenge, but it's been fun.
Do you have to go on like a strict diet?
I wouldn't say strict, but you definitely have to watch your eating and eat healthier. You want to look good on stage. Yeah. It's a national stage, thousands and thousands of people. Yeah. The whole United States is watching.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that you look good.
How long does it go on, this competition, like Miss Minnesota, you say, when you first like enter?
So I won in June. So my reign ends in June. Okay. I only had a month to get ready, which is like unheard of, which is like
a month seems like a blink of an eye.
It really was. Imagine like winning. So I competed for 4 years, and then like I won that 4th year, and I was like losing. Like I was getting close. I was like
you
first
were runner up, like because every year I think you were runner up,
first runner up, like very very close. I finally won, and then
shout out to you by the way for not giving up.
That's another message I want to send out to the world.
Huge.
It was hard because it does a lot to you when you like put yourself out there, put yourself on the stage in front of all these people, and then you don't win, and then you just kind of have to remind yourself like, you know what, this is my dream, this is my goal, this is my vision, I have to keep going. So, and it's not even just about me anymore. It's like I have a bigger vision, you know. There's young girls out there looking at me now that are proud and that are like, oh, I could do it too. So, and my mom, you know, I want to make my mom proud. I want to make myself proud. But there was a lot that went into it. But I got a month to prepare, and that month was hard because it was just, you know, you have to get your body ready, mentally ready, financial. Like it was a lot, but it was there were some challenges, and it has allowed me to become the stronger woman and the woman that I am here today. I'm gonna put it like that.
Yeah, no.
The best way to say it.
So help me understand. So there's the like Miss Minnesota USA pageant. And then do you go into the Miss USA competition and you represent like
USA.
Minnesota?
Like
Minnesota for USA.
Yeah, and whoever wins
becomes Miss USA.
Yes.
So are you going in?
I did. I already competed.
Oh, is that done? Okay.
It's done. And the girl who won is Miss Michigan.
Okay. Oh, yes. I did see her. Yeah, she's
I love
gorgeous.
her. That's my girl.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of her. She's doing her thing.
Yeah.
Miss Universe so now she gets to compete in Miss Universe. Miss Universe just
Oh,
wrapped
it
up.
keeps going.
So it keeps going. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's where it cuts. Is Universe, and then that's it. So
okay, so it's just like Miss Minnesota, like the state,
USA,
then USA,
Universe.
That's the only valid one. So okay.
So and then it's done.
Okay.
And then so she won Miss USA, and then she got to compete in Miss Universe. We were all rooting for her, cheering for her. Love her so much.
Yeah.
And I'm very proud of her. So
Yeah.
it's just been fun to see her journey and
It's
to just kind of
beautiful.
see this whole thing play out. It's been a whirlwind.
Yeah.
And everybody says that, like when they're competing, they're like, it's been a whirlwind. And I don't understand. I never understood it. Now I'm like,
learn.
I get it.
This is what it
I
means.
completely understand. Like,
Yeah, I will
makes
say
sense.
though, like this year with and this is really just like based off like me watching you on social media, I feel like there was more representation overall in the Miss USA because I saw all of the girls that you were posted with from all the different states, and I was like, wow, like there's a lot more women of color or like minority women, which made me so happy.
Yeah.
You guys look like a fun,
Yes.
gorgeous group of girls.
It was an amazing experience, honestly. Like, it's something that I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. To even just get on the Miss USA stage alone, let alone be the first Somali woman to ever be on the Miss USA stage, is like such an honor. And I was not only happy to be able to represent, there were so many other girls that felt the same way. So they could understand and they can relate. And it was just such a beautiful thing, honestly.
Yeah,
I'm
I
very
love
proud of
that. What were like the main challenges while you were in like Miss USA? Was it the scheduling? You know, like did you have to wake up super early, like be in different outfits, makeup, hair all the time? Like,
Yes.
what were some things that you were like, whew, I was not expecting to be, or maybe you were expecting to be that crazy?
Yeah, I think they kind of prepared us pretty well in the short period of time that we had, but it was insane. Like it was 4 a.m. hair and makeup calls and rehearsals and interview and all day, like back to back to back. And then we had activities and excursions that we were doing throughout the day. And it was so crazy, but it was like you have this adrenaline rush for the whole week that you don't really feel it, you know? Of course, we were tired. I was living off Red Bull.
Yeah.
But it was such a fun experience that like I wouldn't take it back. Like
Yeah.
I would not take it back.
What was your favorite part?
Making friends, meeting the girls. Like there were like some girls that were like similar to me, very genuine.
And I feel like only you guys could really understand. Like you have your real life best friends and your sisters, but the girls that you went through this journey with, it's like they are the only ones who can truly understand like what you guys went through together.
Absolutely. And that's why it's like a pageant sister thing. It's really a sisterhood. That's how we like to say it, but it genuinely is a sisterhood. I was somewhere this weekend and this girl and I were just randomly talking and she told me she was Miss Teen, I think like Puerto Rico, and automatically we just clicked based off of that. And I, because she gets it and I get it, and it's like a sisterhood. It's so beautiful. So I'm happy to have that.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I hope you guys like, so after like the Miss USA, do you guys still have to do any extracurricular things as a group, or then it's just kind of like over?
For the most part, it's kind of done, but there are like some modeling. Like I know Art Basel was this weekend, and some of the girls were doing some shows, and we get invited to things, and we get to collectively do things.
Yeah.
But it's not like set in stone. It's just like if opportunities come up, then there's opportunities for us to see each other and like do some fun things together for
that's
sure.
awesome. And so outside of all of this, you also just like in general do some modeling as well.
I want to do more.
Okay, I was gonna say, is that something that like you just do for work? Is it something you love to do?
I do. It's just something I like to do for fun.
Okay,
It's
good.
something, I think that was like my gateway into pageantry. It's just something that I like to do for fun. I want to continue to do it
Is
on
there
a bigger
anyone
scale.
specific you're like, oh, this is like my dream to model for them?
Oh, that is a very good question. There's a list, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's anyone specific, but I would love to be signed to IMG or a bigger agency where I can be exposed to different opportunities. And like, you know, I want to be able to walk on runways things that I've always dreamed. Wait, maybe I shouldn't say this. I was going to say Victoria's Secret.
No, what's wrong with that? That's like,
But
our growing up, like Victoria's Secret was like our fashion show. Like that was the thing that opened up for models like Tyra Banks, you know, Naomi Campbell. Like we loved watching
that was our
them.
thing.
Yeah,
growing up and watching.
I was so excited every year for the Victoria's Secret show.
Yeah, and then
and
this
up
year,
until today.
did you see it? Did you watch it this year?
No.
What?
I didn't watch it this year.
So
I saw some highlights, because the only reason why I didn't watch it this year is because like it kind of disappointed me the last year. Like the last time I watched it was when Rihanna, or was it Ariana Grande, or was it The Weeknd? It was like a couple of years where they had some great shows, and then they kind of fell off for me a little bit. So I just kind of like stopped watching it.
Well,
and a lot of my favorite models like stopped, you know. But I did see this year like Tyra Banks, you know, walk that runway.
Yeah, Tyler.
And Tyla, like Tyla's gorgeous. And so I heard this year was like, it was popping.
It was good. It was good. It was good. But it was nice to see it come back.
Yeah.
Because
I felt like
we just haven't had the Victoria's Secret show in so long. But yeah, like, of course, Vogue. And, you know, there's certain things that I dream of, can only dream of. But inshallah, it'll happen for me. And even if that's not my path, I just know like there's something great that I'm destined to do. So I'm just open right now. Like I'm in a very good, happy space in my life. And I just know like something great is coming, and I'm just working towards the things that I love, that I'm passionate about. I'm doing a little bit of this, and whatever ends up working out is going to be the thing that I'm going to stick with.
Yes, I love that. Okay, so what are your favorite personal brands? Give me skin, hair, clothes.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Right now, I'm in love with Prada.
Okay.
Like, I don't know, that's kind of been my vibe. I feel like it's grown, it's sexy, it's me. Like, I don't know, that's kind of been my vibe right now.
Yeah.
As far as makeup, okay, the Dior Backstage foundation. It's been my thing.
Okay.
I wear it all the time. It's my thing. I love it. Everybody who tries it tells me that, okay, thank you, you put me on.
Okay, I gotta take a mental note of that.
Let's see. Hair. I don't feel like I do anything special with my hair.
Yeah, your hair is always flawless.
The Dyson.
Oh, Dyson. We did talk about that. Yeah.
Yes. The Dyson Airwrap gives me volume.
Yeah.
It gives me life. And I've never been a girl that really knows how to do her own hair. I always have to get it done. But I could do my makeup, but I can't do my hair.
So did you do your own makeup too?
I did my own makeup and hair. But
so
in general, I suck at my hair.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's okay. It's just a wash and go. So it's fine. No, I think, you rock it effortlessly. Okay. So, you know, throughout this whole, you know, we talked a lot, and I love, one thing I can highlight from this interview is I love how you say that you're proud of yourself first and foremost. And that's a really big thing. And when you're in this industry, sometimes it can get a little bit tough. You know, you're competing, you're surrounded by other gorgeous women. So, and this is actually one of the questions that some of, you know, your supporters ask is, what does self-love mean to you? And, you know, how do you apply it? And how are you able to stay confident?
It's a very good question. I feel like self-love is a journey. It's not necessarily a destination. It's not like, oh, I'm here. I have self-love now. It's something that you have to continuously work on. Same with confidence. It's something that it took me a while to get there, for sure. I didn't just like wake up and was born with it. Trials and tribulations and things that you go through make you who you are. And it just made, things that I've been through in life have made me stronger and I feel like the woman that I am today. I also kind of look at myself as, if I was to look at 13-year-old me or 12-year-old me, would I be proud of the woman that I am here today? Would I be proud of the way that I talk and walk and carry myself and the things that I'm doing, even behind closed doors? You know, I'm not perfect by any means, but I definitely strive to be like the best version of myself, you know. My dean, like that's something that I'm working on. I want to get closer to God, and those are the things that help me with self-love. I love to journal, and you know, like Pilates and yoga and those things like center me. Taking the time for myself to do those things have helped me grow, and I want to continue to do those things. And then even just with the volunteering and the nonprofits and the organizations that I'm working with, I feel like they pour into me more than it does for them. I almost feel like, I just know that we're all brought on this earth for a reason, and I want to genuinely like leave an impact with something positive that I'm doing. Like when I pass away one day, I want people to remember me for something positive that I did, or something that I've taught them, or whatever the case may be. I just think we have a bigger purpose, and remembering those things remind me of like why I want to do these things, you know?
Yeah,
So.
I love that. No, that was so beautiful. If you could do anything different, would you have changed anything at all?
I want to say no, but I also want to say yes.
Okay.
There's a couple things I wish I could take back.
Yeah.
If I'm being completely honest, there's a couple things that I wish, you know, I could take back, but I learned from them, those things, whatever the situations were. Yeah, there are some things I probably would take back. If I'm being completely honest. I can't sit here and say, yeah, I did everything, but no.
Yeah.
There's definitely some things I would redo. Till this day.
Do you have an example of like one of the things you'd like, oh, if I could, I would probably change the way I approach this or did this or whatever?
I can think of a few.
Okay. That's okay. You don't have to share it now, but
I can think of a few.
Yeah.
I know I'm not perfect. And I'm trying to, you know, work on myself
no
with
one's
a lot
perfect,
of different
so
things. Yeah.
it's okay.
But there's definitely situations where I'm like, that's not me.
Yeah.
I'm better than that. I should have handled that differently. And I'm working on it. I'm working progress.
Well,
as long as you're trying.
As long as you're trying. I think that's the most
trying.
important thing, as long as you're trying. And also, like, I think you just being able to identify that and recognize, like, yeah, you know, like, that's something that I did
my
wrong,
best
or like
moment.
wasn't your best moment. And moving forward, I won't do it again or something.
For sure.
So yeah, I think that's beautiful. Is there, I guess the main question is, what's next? Where are we headed from here?
That is the question of the year.
2025 is coming. We wrapped up the year. I feel like you did so many things. What can we expect from Mona?
Thank you. I honestly feel like I'm not sure. There's so many things that I have on my list. Like I told you, the nonprofit that I'm working on, I want to continue with modeling. My reign is going to be done soon. I'll be passing on my crown to somebody else and helping them and guiding them and leading them. But
I guess I want to ask about that. So yeah, when your part is done and you're kind of like transferring to the next person, what is the role that you guys have to play in that? Is it just you just give them the crown and that's it?
You give them the crown and you're like big sis to them for life. They can call you for advice, questions, whatever it is. And
do you use your last person?
Yeah. I've reached out to her. I also am closer to some of the girls that did prior years because like I was like first runner up, and you know, I got to see them win as well. So I'm in communication with a lot of the girls, and I ask them questions all the time. And it's like a never ending thing. Like I'm always learning something new, and I want to be able to teach and pour into whoever the next girl is. I want to be able to teach them and pour into them as much as I can, with whatever knowledge that I have. So I think that's important. But yeah, you crown them, and then now they have the responsibility.
Yeah.
It's like, it's on you now.
Yeah.
But it's exciting. It's like a dream. It honestly is like, I wish people can see what that feeling is like. If you watch, I'll send you the video. If you watch the video, you can kind of feel like, whoa, like this is crazy.
Yeah.
So
yeah. No, I remember I like saw it from like your sister's stories and everyone, like the moment that, you know, you got the crown, and it was like, I was like, yes. I
was
was
a-
like, because we're gonna boycott
It was
because
a beautiful moment. It was
yeah,
honestly so beautiful. My mom was so
very
proud. All my
deserving.
friends and family, everybody was there to support me. Like I
Yeah.
think that was like the most amazing part for me, just to see
Mhm.
like my people in the crowd.
Yeah, no,
They
very
had like my
deserving.
face on the
That's so
side.
cute. I love
I love
it.
that.
There's
I'll
some
never
real
forget
people.
moments like that. Like those are the
Yeah.
things that like I will never forget. So
Yeah, I love it. Okay, so what is one piece of advice that you could give to someone who is going through a similar journey as you?
I think I honestly want people to look at me as a walking testimony of your dreams can come true if you work hard enough. Kind of like we spoke on earlier. I failed. I've, multiple times before reaching the end goal or winning. So I'm really proud of that for myself. And I want to just remind people that no matter what your circumstances are, like I moved to America as an immigrant. I didn't even speak English. Again, I'm first generation college student, first person in my family to start a business, and all these different things that I've been able to accomplish. Alhamdulillah, I want to just remind people that you really can come from nothing
Yeah.
and have no like support system or necessarily like guidance and just kind of figure it out on your own. And I'm really proud of that, and I want to just send that message to everybody, whether they're doing what I'm doing or something different, that anything is possible. It
Yeah.
really is, as corny and as cliche as
No,
it
I mean,
sounds.
you're a
Like,
living
if you-
statement and proof of
yeah,
that.
if you really believe in yourself and you keep working hard at it, whatever it is that you want to do, then I want to be that walking testimony of that. I want people to know. I think that's another thing. I think people, until they have like a real conversation with me, they don't really know me. So I think
Yeah.
that's an important thing too. I want people to get to
Yeah,
know.
get to know. No, I love it. And that's
Yeah.
why I'm so glad that you came on Eat and Talk, so you can really talk about like your journey and be yourself and just show, because I think it's always a little intimidating when we see like drop dead gorgeous woman on our screens, but like
That's
just to
you.
show, no, thank you.
No,
don't make
that's-
me blush now. Don't make me blush now.
You know you are. You're
Thank
beautiful.
you.
mashallah.
Thank you. But just to show that like you're personable and you're regular, just like everyone else, and you worked hard to get to where you are. It wasn't handed on a plate. Like you failed, got back up, failed. Like you went through it until you got your golden spoon. And that's important.
And still going.
And still going. I know that's right. I love it. Well, thank you so much again. I know you have like your Instagram. Is there other platforms that people can keep up or follow that you like do updates on? Do you have a website?
Yeah, my Miss Minnesota USA page is at Miss MN USA. That page, I post more of the things that I'm doing with my platform. So that's another page that people can keep up on.
Okay, perfect. Well, we'll make sure that we link all of that. Thank you guys again for watching. Thank you.
Thank you
Miss
again for
Minnesota
having
USA.
me.
First of all,
And
can you show
for
us
the
the crown?
boba. Oh, yeah.
Okay, you guys.
I didn't want to mess up my hair
I know,
today,
but now that
but it's here and the sash
this
is here.
is so cute. Okay.
I love wearing it. I was
Wow.
trying to change it up today. for the
Kali,
interview.
Kali, gorgeous.
Thank you.
Thank you
Bye.
guys for coming, and thank you guys for watching and following this season. And we look forward to seeing you guys next year. Happy New Year's.
Next year. Oh my God.